We are live.
Got it.
So how are things been going? How was your Black Friday?
Yeah, I did some Christmas shopping yesterday. I should have did it more on Cyber Monday, but here we are. Yeah, it was good. How was yours?
Good, good. Did we had like a we put pretty much everything on sale. So we did all right. I think like maybe like 20k, 25k, somewhere around there total. So not, not great, but
I
decent.
mean, a
So
25K day is not bad.
yeah, I mean, it was over the last couple of days, right?
Oh,
Over
okay.
the sale. So yeah. 25 in one day would be definitely good, but
Yeah, hitting those
yeah,
consistently would be sick.
yeah. Did
Nice.
you guys do some kind of Black Friday promotions or anything?
We did for our dopamine discipline program. I think we got, I'm not surprised because I haven't been making videos. The channel's been dead for a couple months, and so we did an email blast. I should have did a video maybe too, but I didn't. I chose not to. We got like 4 sales, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's tough too. I feel like it's just harder to sell now through email. Like
You think
there's
so?
less.
You think
I don't
so?
know. I feel like there's less people buy. I mean, I think just the way the economy is too, it's just harder to sell in general right now. It's just we're at a place where it's not the best, but definitely I've seen with email, like I have not. I mean, when I first got into email marketing, I would hit up the list and get like 5% conversion rates on sales and stuff. But
Yeah. Definitely this time of the year, you're competing with the attention, right, of all the other companies and stuff. So that's a factor for sure. But
yeah,
yeah, I guess it depends on what you're selling, what the
yeah,
heck you're
yeah,
selling it for.
yeah.
The copy. Yeah, for sure. There's many. Hey, many. You guys been
But
watching the World Cup? USA plays tomorrow against Netherlands in the round of 16. Exciting.
I didn't even know it was going on.
Yeah, we advanced out of the group. We were in a group with England, Iran, and man, I forgot the Wales, and we advanced. So it's pretty exciting.
Okay.
I'm a huge soccer fan, so
England, Iran, England, US, Wales, like all the English colonies in one group. They
yeah,
were only
absolutely.
missing Australia and that one. That would be
I know, right?
perfect.
And Australia actually advanced surprisingly, which is crazy. And they're playing Argentina, and then the winner of that game plays the winner of our game versus Netherlands. So if Australia has an upset over Argentina, which I doubt, we could play
That's hard.
Australia in the quarterfinals, would send us to the semifinals possibly. And yeah, it's been frustrating being an American soccer fan for my whole life, but we have the best team we've ever had, and they're all, the average age is 24 years old. So the next World Cup is going to be our best team ever, and it's going to be in the United States. So that's going to be like our dream run. But anyways, yeah, I can go first though as far as like business stuff because I had something I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
So Marco and I are looking at agencies because like with these YouTube changes, he feels stuck. And so he's not sure what to do. And we've been looking at agencies, and there's one in particular that he's really considering going with. And it's just like, he doesn't feel confident. The fact that he doesn't feel confident doesn't make me feel confident, about it. And I'm not sure really like how do you judge, first of all, do you guys know any good agencies out there, like YouTube agencies and if not, like how do you guys think like you can judge a good deal? Because they want 4 months locked in, right? 6K per month. And then obviously I think some like 5% profit share, I think it is.
Profit share, not even.
Ad spend.
Yeah. Well,
Or
I mean,
maybe
profit share is better than ad spend, but
depends.
but charging 6k per month for 4 months is a pretty good sale just by itself. I mean, if you produce 0 results, then you still made 24k.
Yeah, for them it's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so it's like, it doesn't really give you a huge amount of confidence on.
Are they a big name? Is that why?
They worked with, they're the people that worked with I forgot the name of the agency, but they worked with Russ Rufino.
Plans on demand.
Yeah, I think so. No, yeah, that's his thing, but they're the ad agency that worked for Russ.
Yeah.
So I forgot the name of them. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know, like it's $24,000. I know it's across 4 months, but it's just like, and like, and there were some red flags in the contract. I guess like one of the red flags was like, oh, you know, if you don't manually cancel the contract, you're locked in for another 8 months with us. It's like that
Yeah,
was
that's
kind of
What does it mean to manually cancel the contract?
like you have to like, I guess like, I don't know the exact language they use in the contract, but Marco was basically telling me that like if we didn't like say, hey, we want to terminate this contract now, it automatically renews for 8 months and you're locked in for 8 months. And one of the other things was like ads that we create under them 2 years later after we cancel the contract, we can't use those ads anymore.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though.
That's like
everything is negotiable, right? I mean,
yeah, no, he said like, no, change those things. Like it's bullshit. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, we will.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they had that in there is ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because sometimes it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, do you want to? Sometimes it's good to work with someone who's ruthless, right? And so they deal with you ruthlessly, and then you know, obviously, you get them to back down because they're coming in as aggressive as possible with the contract, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's to some degree, it's a smart thing, but also it is questionable of like, you know, the question is like, are they going to be ruthless in their execution? And so this is a good thing, or is it they're just trying to, you know, fleece you? And you know, trying to figure out the difference between those, I think is difficult. I had a property manager one time, and this guy was a complete asshole. He was a sleazebag, completely untrustworthy, whatever. But I had this difficult property to manage where this HOA was just like working me over, and so he was a perfect property manager for it because as long as he was on my side, like I knew that he was gonna, you know, he was gonna give them hell. So he turned out to be a good property manager until he turned on me, in which case I had to fire him. But so I don't know. So it's that's kind of the impression I get is like these guys, obviously they're doing some kind of sleazeball tactics in their contract. So, you know, I don't know. Is that going to be good or bad for you?
Right. We just don't know the alternative. Like,
I don't know, man. Like if it's not feeling good in your gut, I wouldn't go further.
Yeah.
I know it sounds very simplistic, but really,
like, if we're looking at the logic and the logic can't help us make a decision, we have to go with our gut, right?
yeah. Like your gut instinct saying, yeah, I like this guy. I want to work with this guy. This makes sense. Then,
Do you guys know any other good ad agencies?
It's quite a lot, man. I mean, not necessarily YouTube. Is this YouTube only?
No, but they obviously they like say that they're really good at YouTube. Of course they do, right? But yeah.
Well, here's an alternative instead of, I mean, I was just talking to one of my coaching clients about this. It was like, instead of hiring an agency, what about hiring a consultant, right? Because you guys already like basically a coach to have you help you run YouTube ads better, right? You know, even maybe even this company, maybe if they're really good at YouTube ads, maybe you say, hey, instead of you running the ads, why don't we pay you to coach us on how to run our ads better?
Mm-hmm. So like it done with you instead of done for you?
Yeah. It's so weird though, because I don't know. I do YouTube, do media ad agencies ever actually turn a profit for their customers? Because I don't know one person that would be like, yeah, I'm making money from this agency. So that, you know, I mean, I'm sure there is, but I just don't know any. Like, do you guys know someone that would be like that? They're like, oh yeah, I have this agency and we're making a profit.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean like a profit? Like, because like, I mean, our competitor, I think one of our competitors actually is working with these guys, and like, he's been working with them for a while, I think. Which is one of the reasons actually, I think Marco actually decided to like talk to them. I don't like, what do you mean profit? Like, obviously he's spending money, but like they're making enough money to continue working.
I mean, well, I've hired now 5 or 6 agencies to run ads. I think I've gotten a return of $300. But I mean, what I'm saying is that I've never seen an ad agency that actually makes money for their clients.
So
Now, I'm not saying it doesn't
you're
exist.
saying like the ad spend you spend with the money you give them and everything, the money you get back is barely breaking even.
If even, yeah.
No,
But
what John is saying is he's only made $300 out of 5 agencies that he's hired.
right. Yeah, like revenue total
Revenue. But that's partly like, that's something we've always talked about, John. Like, you got to validate the offer on cold before you hire these agencies.
Yeah,
because
which
they always don't have that. Like, that's like a product market fit issue that you must get on cold. They will promise you the world, but they can't do it because they just can't, like, they don't have that kind of copy or messaging clarity that you will have as a owner.
That's what I'm saying too, right? Yeah, they want in their contract and their services, like they're like, oh, we're gonna use our creative team, our editors. I'm like, whoa, like you. First of all, our editors are kick ass, right? Like, especially how much we pay them for. And secondly, like you don't know the avatar like I know the avatar. Like, what do you mean you're gonna use your creative team? Like,
right. You just want them to do the media buying.
Pretty much, yeah.
To manage the ads.
Yeah.
You want to do the ads yourself.
I don't trust them to do the ads.
Right. Which makes sense. I mean, in fact, it's weird that they would want to do them. They
might be doing a lot of e-commerce stuff, in which case they can do those things. But with info products, it's harder.
Yeah. Like emotional topics like that I'm working with, like you have to know the exact language, the exact problem. Like, yeah.
They can never hit that. Not at the level at which you can. You want an agency that'll... I can give you a name. I haven't used them, but I have seen a lot of case studies there. And I can just pop it here. You try it out for yourself. Let me see if I can give you the real URL. Yeah. Real URL.
Cool.
They're not necessarily YouTube people.
Yeah, I think he's making like this decision, Marco, like out of like fear, because he's like, oh shit, like, you know, the YouTube stuff's gonna stop next month. And like he's like, I don't know how to figure this out. So I'm gonna
Have you done Alric's stuff already?
Who?
Ad outreach, Alric Heck.
No. Who's that?
You're not getting bombarded with his ads? I'm surprised.
I mean, the ads I do get bombarded with, I immediately just skip.
Well, this guy, man, he's already done like over $100 million in his own revenue. Ad outreach. But I don't know if they have an agency anymore or they just do coaching. But they are probably the biggest name in YouTube ads coaching.
Okay. Cool.
You will get once you go to his website, you will just be hounded by his stuff all day long on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere, Google. No surprise, Inc. 5,060th last year. Damn.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, I've seen his face.
Yeah, you've seen his face.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos. Only a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an interesting one. That's for sure. Yeah, I think he charges a shit ton.
Like 20K, I think. 10 to 20K for his first year program.
Good for him.
But you're already paying that kind of money for these agencies, so.
Yeah. Anything else? Let's see here. No, I invested in. I'm gonna do a film booth, his group program for YouTube next month. I invested in that. So step up the YouTube game even more. Hopefully, know some skills.
What is it about?
It's a YouTube course.
Just like content.
Yeah, like I mean, I think he focuses a lot on like just how to make content that converts more than anything, right? But I think it's just gonna be everything. I think a lot of it, like, I don't want to come in like saying I know because it prevents me from learning. But I mean, I've been, you know, John, like we've been in this YouTube space for a very long time. I know the basis of like thumbnails and stuff, but I'm gonna try to like, you know, be a student, be a child, like pretend I don't know anything, and just like really invest in this process. And it's like, I think the biggest thing I'm going to learn from there is like, he's probably going to tell me to make like videos like more high quality, and investing money is going to force me to actually like sit down and spend more time and like on the preparation and idea and title and thumbnail, which I haven't been doing. And if I see the results, it's going to finally convince me to actually continue to do it. So that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, we were able to actually do same this month. In November is actually previous months, but the difference was our ROAS was a lot lower, a lot more ad spend. So
yeah.
In any case,
what kind of ROAS are you getting right now?
I don't know the exact numbers on the ROAS. I just know our top line revenue was the same as previous months. But I'll let you know that when I see the profit numbers. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's I think we went down to like 2.5x maybe.
Still not bad.
Yeah, but remember from previous months, like remember September was like 14.
No, but you can't sustain those for a very long period of time.
I know.
It will even out.
No, I feel grateful for what I feel grateful. I still feel grateful.
I mean,
it's like that simultaneous idea of like, I want more, I want to do better, but I also feel grateful for what we have.
But hey, but 2.5x is enough where you can continue to scale.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And now I'm gonna start focusing on building up. Oh yeah. Last thing before we move on to is like, I want to start building up our backend offer now. And I was thinking, with these guys, like just kind of doing just like an all-inclusive, like self-development type program, mastermind program, where for the 12 months, for each of the month, we have like a new topic I teach them, whether it's something in health and it's something in like wealth management or tax strategy, and then like deeper psychological concepts, and then like maybe bringing experts on too. Do you guys have any masterminds that you've done in the past as far as like paid ones that were like really good, or no structure of them that works really well?
So here's my take on that. Like, I've joined a few now, and I really want a specific end results. Like, I really want a specific thing that I'm signing up for.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna pay 10K, 20K, I'm looking for 30K, 40K. I'm looking for a very specific thing to come out of it. Not like a broad thing, but more narrow. Like maybe it is, and mostly it's been money. Like, it's been business related, but always like, I just want to I'm not looking for like 5 different things from that thing, because I don't trust that person to be expert in everything. I just trust that person to be an expert in one thing, and that's all I want out of it. Because I don't want to be in a mastermind where the guy's like, now we're going to talk about sleep and health. I'm like, dude, I'll pay someone else to do that for me. Why don't we focus on the thing you know best and show me that? Because I'm paying you a lot of money for that. So that's my take on this. Unless it's Tony Robbins, like very few people do that. That's my take. I would go deeper on that topic.
That's helpful. Cool. Awesome. John, any ideas?
I mean, I agree. I think the same thing. A specific result is the most, it's also the easiest thing to market and sell to, right? It's like, that's that's the key. That's what I kind of want to start shifting again, my messaging to, as well as to have a much more specific result, right? I mean, something, because right now I'm teaching financial freedom, which, I mean, it is a specific result, like to become financially free, but a more specific result is like to buy your first property, right? A more specific result is to like start a business, make your first $1,000, right? Something like that. So
yeah, so I'll do some more market research, but I'm probably thinking just like doing what I know, which is like the deeper psychological,
Yeah, more of the same. Like whatever you're doing, they've only done 3 months of Save Your Marriage, but how to thrive in marriage. And you can sell all kinds of results with that. Like if you thrive in marriage, you're going to make a whole lot more money. If you thrive in marriage, your life will be so much more rewarding and meaningful, rather than arriving at the end of the life feeling like it was all empty and wasted. Like there's so much to sell at the end of the 3 months to say, let's continue this journey. Let's build on this. Let's not just save your marriage. Let's make it a healthy, thriving thing. And you're just going to be a member of our mastermind for whatever price. Like even start with $1,000 a month recurring for the first 10 people or 20 people. So you start building that back end recurring on it.
And so like, as far as like what that actual offer would look like, you think like it's like a once a month meeting for like a couple hours plus like an extra course material plus like 2 in-person meetups. Like that's what I was kind of hearing from other people.
Yeah, once a month would not be enough for a lot of people. May or may not be. I don't know. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish there.
Yeah.
A lot of people will offer like weekly Zoom calls or weekly community calls. Have you looked at Garrett White's stuff? Because I think you should look at it
Yeah,
again.
I have. He was, I actually saw him speak in Orlando. I left halfway through the conversation because
Well, that's I mean that's all marketing stuff, but really like important is to analyze his back end and figure out.
So he does like total life thing. He doesn't go into one specific area though. He's more like Tony Robbins, where it's like health, wealth, relationships. Like
Yeah,
it's
he's gotten much bigger now, so he can kind of do that. But he still gets them in with a very specific. Yeah, he's broader now. He's broader now.
yeah.
But you have to remember the frame in which he's bringing in customers. The frame in which he's bringing his customers is still in the total, like I'll gamify your life kind of deal. So he's kind of building on top of it. Let's continue to gamify. You're bringing them in with the frame that I'll save your marriage. So what's the next step in saving your marriage is let's thrive in your marriage, right?
Yeah.
And also
Not like let's make your wealth better, because then they're like, no, I got someone else to work with on that. Doesn't make sense.
or like, they're not even struggling in that area, right? They're like,
Exactly.
"Oh, I can afford." Yeah, they're not looking. A lot of them are on it like it's a fitness journey though. Like a lot of these guys are also on a fitness journey, but that's probably more of an affiliate deal.
But don't do that's not specific enough result of you'll thrive in your marriage. Instead, you have sex again in your marriage.
Right.
That's the one, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and make your sex life better in your marriage. That one will get guys.
That might be one thing.
But like, can I teach month by month? There's like just sex, just on sex, right? Like,
well, but it won't be just on sex. It'll, because right? That in the ticket to enhancing that for a married man is going to be the personal development aspects, right? Learning to set boundaries, stop being a nice guy, right? It's very little that's the actual sex. It's actually going to be all those other things that you're actually trying to deliver anyway.
I remember one of the most successful relationship books of all time, ebooks, relationships. The title of it was How to Get Your Wife to Give You More Blowjobs.
Yeah. You see, that's exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That's helpful. That's direction. I appreciate it.
Nice. Okay. Okay, I'll go next. One of the things that we're trying to figure out is our referral system. Because I feel like that's the thing that just is like we haven't figured out a way to make it work right. And here's the interesting thing. When we sell focus blocks and we have this like I have like 10 bonuses that go with that initial subscription that they buy, the annual. Thing is, when people jump on a call or when people email us, the only bonus that they really want to talk to me about is, or ask us about is, hey, how can I give out those 5 referrals? Because one of the bonuses is you can give 5 1-month free subscriptions to focus blocks to your friends or colleagues. So they all ask me this: how do I give it out to my friends and colleagues? And the problem is, like, we send them, like, we say, hey, get them to watch this webinar, like, here's your affiliate link or something. And it's got a free link, free thing, but we never get that to convert. Like, people don't want to watch a free webinar just because they've been given a free month of something that they don't understand yet, right? So it's really interesting. Like, people, like, they come into focus blocks, they do it for 3 days, 4 days. They're like, okay, tell me, how do I give it for free to 5 people? Because it makes total sense. And they want to do it, but we don't have a way to convert, to make it happen, to get those free people into actually any converting users. So our referral system is completely broken. But the upside of it is that everyone wants to do it. All our customers want to give it out to someone.
They want to give referral. They want to give you.
No, they want to send like a free month of focus blocks to their friends or colleagues. They all want to do it. Like, as soon as they know that's the bonus they all want, right? So they email us about it. They ask me about it. But when I give them a way to do it, which is to like send people to a link where they can watch the webinar and then get a free month, people just don't watch the damn thing.
Well, then don't send them to the webinar. Just
I
send them
know.
to the.
So I'm trying to figure out if I send them to a sales page, they don't get. We've tried that in the past as well, given out free gift cards, and people wouldn't sign up there either. So it's like, what is the thing that can get them to create the referral in a way that they will actually, like, someone will show up?
When someone goes in, then they get the link and they're like, here's like the sales page. Like then they have to like enter their credit card information, right?
No, we've actually given it at times when they didn't even have to enter credit card information. And even then, people wouldn't do it. We've tried both. So last year, what we did was we gave free gift cards to people not free gift card. People would have to buy a 1 month gift card for their friends or colleagues for a discounted rate. That's like a Christmas promotion. And they would give it out to their friends. They would send it out to 10 friends, and maybe one person would even try to redeem it. So it's like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good.
Because if you can crack that, because people are excited to give referrals, but we are unable to like figure out a way to get those people to truly use or show up again. Or
Yeah, so you're looking at this opportunity. You're like, this could be a lot.
This could be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
but
we can get people to commit.
they have to refer the right people, because here's the thing, right? So it's like, all right, so imagine it's almost like this, right? Like I run long distance races, right? So imagine if I signed up for an ultra marathon and they're like, hey, you can give this out to 5 of your friends can get this for free, right? And I'm like, damn, this is huge value. This is like a $300 race or whatever. Sure. Damn. Yeah. So then I give it to 5 of my friends and I'm excited about it, right? But then they're like, fuck no, I'm not going to sign up for an ultra marathon. I don't care if it's free, right? So I think you have a similar effect happening here where it's like you have a specific kind of person that sees the value of focus blocks and right, and they want to share it with their friends, of course, because they want them to also be, studious workers and, and
productive
entrepreneur,
yeah.
right? And but their friends really couldn't care less about that. So it's almost like they have to find the right people to refer to, which maybe that's what you need to do, is just give them the guidance to be like, how to either pitch it to their friends, because it's better if they do the pitch than you do the pitch, or and who they should actually, refer.
Yeah, that's good. How to get them to pitch it to their friends. That's interesting.
And the best way might be to have them do a focus block with the people that they're referring. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
We've tried that too in the past. So here's the other interesting piece of this puzzle. We've tried that too in the past, and sometimes people will show up. Sometimes people will bring up friends. Will bring friends, and I think that's probably one of the things we add into the system. Not just like the initial referral, but also continuously trying to bring their friends into it. What happens is, because people don't have the value assigned in their mind to something like this, they will do it and they're like, oh, this is so cool. But then they'll balk and then they won't like jump in and pay with their credit card, because they haven't really understood they haven't gone through the indoctrination process that their friend has gone through with the webinar. The friend kind of realizes the value now because they've gone through the indoctrination, but they themselves are like, oh, okay, well, I'll come back, I'll think about it. And so that indoctrination and value creation hasn't happened in their mind. And the interesting thing was, when this last weekend, we had a bunch of people sign up for focus blocks who were actually previous customers of focus blocks, who were paying half the price at the time. And now they signed up again, and not only for monthly, for annual. And I talked to a few of them and they're like, oh man, the webinar made me understand why it's so valuable and why it was so important. So that's why I signed up again. So I was like, interesting. Like, you already used the damn thing and you didn't know the value, but the webinar made you realize the value. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, men have to be constantly, not men, but clients have to be constantly resold on like the idea and the belief, right? But
Exactly.
have you ever tried doing a monetary incentive for referrals?
Yeah, we have. We have. That's like the problem with something like that. What we are seeing is because I asked them to sign up for an affiliate link and this and that, and they just like pass out even before they do it. So now I'm like, okay, maybe we won't even do that, and we'll just let them know that when you send people, just let us know who it is, and we'll make sure to assign you the credit for it.
You know, I mean, I guess we didn't do this a lot either. We tried a little bit, but like out of the 2,000 customers we had with dopamine discipline, like we had probably like 5 or 6 people like that we know of actively get someone in the program that was like a friend or something. I know quitting porn is a little different than improving productivity, but still like,
yo, bro, I see you all the time on your computer checking out these sites. I have something for you. Let me go into let me sit with you on the computer and show you what it is.
I feel you on that one, but like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this referral system, there has to be like a better way to go about it that we're not aware of, you know?
Yeah.
But
and the reason why I've been thinking about it is because I was listening to Alex Hermosi one time, and he was talking about how, ads will take you so far, but referral is like the explosive engine that just does not stop.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like truly like it's a true viral engine if you can make it work.
Yeah.
Because every customer brings a new customer.
Yep. And then that goes back to like the product, right? Like the results you're getting from the product, right? I was watching do you guys watch that recent video of his? He like was talking to this like YouTuber with 11 million subscribers, and he quoted this thing that I've heard him quote before. He was like, people who sell don't know how to market, people who market don't know how to make a product. And yeah, it comes back to like, if you have a fucking killer product, I think they're all important obviously in your business to succeed, but if you have a killer product, like that word of mouth, you're right, can like if it's like revolutionary and it's like changing lives like gangbusters, like
it is revolutionary. It is changing lives. I have 100 testimonials recorded.
Yeah.
So that is true. Yeah. But the messaging is not right for people to give it to the next person. And that's why they can't convert someone else.
Manny,
I don't necessarily believe it.
What is your larger mission with Focusflex? Like,
are you talking about?
Yeah, like what this like service like really like at like the bigger mission, how it helps people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we help people achieve so much more in life without spending a minute more working. Yeah. And that, like, it's to see the smiles on their faces.
What are you helping them achieve, though?
Whatever they want to achieve, that is their choice, right? Yeah. So I don't define what you want to achieve, but we help people achieve their goals much faster than what they would by themselves and with zero extra effort.
Yeah. I mean, people have a limited amount of time on this earth, right? Time is our most valuable asset we have, I think, right? And like you're helping people save that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
I don't know how much of that is in your marketing message, but like that's what I would lean into a lot. That's what would sell me.
Saving time is saving time is the same as like, well, you can cut it either ways. Would you like to accomplish more in less time, or would you like to save more time? In our inside of a webinar, we try to go both ways. We try to show them this way or that way. What do you want? Do you want to accomplish more? You want to have more time in your life, because both are available to you when you are, when you start to accomplish more every hour that you work, or accomplish more every day you work. Would you, for every hour you work, if you accomplish more, you could either have more hours in your day to do other things, or you could double your goals. What do you want to do? So that's kind of the messaging that we are towing inside of the webinar consistently. Like some people are swayed by the idea of achieving more. Some people are swayed by the idea of just having more freedom in their life and more time with their family and with the kids and wife and all those things. So, okay, whichever one you want. And the funny thing is, when people start to do it, they actually get both, because they'll start to create results and they'll cut down their work hours because they have so much more structure and discipline and like accountability and all of those things that create that.
How about a different angle? What about the angle of loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
right? Rather than productivity. I mean, productivity is good, but what about the angle of loneliness? Because that's really the big epidemic, right? Is
It's
like
a huge
people feel,
epidemic. Yeah.
right? So especially with COVID and everything that happened, like people feel like, especially all the people working from home, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's an entrepreneur problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So jump on focus blocks, co-work with other people, right?
I've tried that direct messaging in the past, even on our ads, does not convert.
Hmm.
People don't like straight up saying like isolation is doesn't last. Like there's a better way to be more productive, and
Yeah.
just was hard. And I'm not really looking like I'm not thinking of a new webinar angle right now because our webinar angle is actually okay. What I'm trying to understand is the referral system, right? How do we get the referral system to work and get people to?
Well, that's why I was saying that angle might work for referrals, is because not everyone's a productivity junkie, but that might hit the. I think Paul's part of it too is that I think the way that referrals work most effectively is through just word of mouth,
Mhm.
just people excited about the product and sharing it organically. I mean, maybe you give them a little bit of tips on how to share things, but I think that when you monetize, I don't believe in paying referrals either, because it turns your customers into salespeople and then they try to sell for their gain, right? It becomes inauthentic, right? If they're sharing it because they love the product, it's much more authentic and has a higher conversion than if they're sharing it because they're going to get paid a couple $100 for sharing it. So um but I think a lot of it's just a focus on the experience and then giving people the ability to talk about it, because word of mouth rather than direct referrals, I think word of mouth, it's sort of, if you have something that multiple people hear or they hear from multiple sources, that's when they start to look at it and say, all right, yeah, this is something that
I
I'll
mean,
look into.
how do you implement something like? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
And when you give them the tools, well, here, I'll give you an example from like e-commerce, is that they make it so that people can post pictures of them wearing their clothes on the website or use a hashtag or something to share it, right? So that it's an organic type of of sharing. But in your case, like, how would you do that with focus blocks? I mean, you could give people, I mean, I guess apparel, right? You could let them, give them kind of templates for sharing on their social media.
Like
Um,
I can give them all they want. The people who come, they are not like people are sending it, right? But they're people who are coming are not watching the webinar or doing the thing. So it's the messaging problem on our end. It's in how do we, like for someone who comes in, how do we get them to engage and actually try it out?
but do they actually care about the product? Are they actually
That's the
like your
thing, right?
avatar?
How do I know if they care about the product or not? The only thing I know is these people. If you're a software developer, you probably have 5 software developer friends,
Right.
right? And if you are like a software developer who's into like, and every software developer is kind of aware of the idea of deep work and productivity and all those things. So you would expect that a software developer should be able to bring in another software developer for the same reason.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're interested in productivity.
Because
But
if we can fix this thing,
I mean, this may
maybe.
seem. Have you gotten on the phone with some of these people that have like gotten results and been like really just interview them? Like, do you have friends that would want to do this that would benefit from it? Like, what's stopping you from talking to them? Or like really
well,
just
they
like
are.
ask the people and like really try to be curious about what's.
No, they are sharing it with their friends. That's
They
not a
are sharing with,
problem.
yeah.
It's when the friends come to the website, they don't want to watch the webinar and they don't sign up for
Or they
their
don't
free
even want to
month.
sign up for the the sales page with the free coupon code. Like there is a lot of resistance to this idea of feeling like, oh, I have to be on this call and then I'll get, like there's like just as much as there's a like people who come to the other side, like once they use it they become believers, but until then there's like so much resistance, and to kind of explain to them it takes a little bit of work that they're teaching to get them to realize, oh shit, this actually makes sense, right? And that's where the webinar comes in, because we've tried selling it through sales page and things like that, and it's so hard for people to even see the value in it, and they'll constantly like show up and then not show up and then just disappear and never really dedicate themselves to doing the damn thing. But once we can create or help them understand it, then they're much more likely to do all of those things.
Have you ever been to a timeshare presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. So they give you a free gift, right? And then they try to sell you. So that might be what this looks like, right? To people, they're like, free 30 days of focus blocks. They go to the website. They're like, oh, I see what this is.
Honestly, right. When you first brought that up, Manny, like that, John, that was my initial impression as well. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, I know 30 days. And then that's why I asked about the credit cards. Like, okay, then you're going to sell me like, you know.
It might be better to not
I've offered without the card too.
Don't even give free 30 days. Just have them refer people, just straight up refer people. Because they're going to come in with a different mindset. Because if someone's like, you could offer a discount that they could give out at some point, or you could say when those people go to sign up, or they're interested in it, you could say, well, since you came through referral, if someone referred you, I'll give you a discount. But I think, even that's complicating things. I think the problem is that you've got a thing. So someone gives, they give their friend, they say, okay, you can get 30 days free of focus blocks. Here you go. Here's a gift, right? And then they're like, it's like a free month of something is not really a gift. Like they're like, I'm not super interested in this thing, but let me go check it out. And they're like, oh, I see. This is some paid thing that it doesn't feel like a gift or a free thing anymore. It just feels like a trial that they would give anyone free 30 days to try it out and then sell them. But I think if you just skip all that and you just say, hey, refer your friends. If you really like this, refer your friends, period. No free thing. Just, here's some messaging you can give to your friends if you want to get your friends involved in this, or here's some talking points, or, have them go to this website and check out this webinar to learn about it. I think that might be more effective, because it's like that like, I feel like the message that people are getting with the 30 days free is it's interpreted as a gift, and then they go to the website and they're like, oh, it's not a gift, it's a hook to get me to buy.
How's the community too, Manny? And like, can these guys interact with each other, like share who they are, the connection?
Yeah. So there's interaction at certain times, like at the end of the block, and then back to work.
But do these guys have a place where they can interact with each other and connect?
No, we're thinking of building out circle.so right now, so that's in the works.
I would check out school.com. We're gonna do that for ours.
You like School better than Circle?
I don't know about Circle, and we haven't even I like every course that I've joined so far. The past 3 courses have all been on School, and then like I'll let you know how it is.
School is for courses, or is it for community?
Both. You have both on there.
Yeah. Okay. I think he had a really good Black Friday offer, right?
Yeah, I think they did, but like I would I don't know, like if I was gonna join this program, like I would like that would just be an added benefit. Like, oh, like who's other people that are interested in, like, high value people that are just productive and I can connect with, and
yeah,
like John mentioned loneliness. Like if you're like, hey, you can also connect with people that are
yeah, definitely. That's something we should like. It's high on my radar of things to build the community. I was thinking Circle, but I'll check out School too and see what's up. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to send them to Facebook. That's just a shit show there.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. A lot of people don't like it.
Yeah. And it's so distracted, that communication medium. It's just not worth, it's not an integrated place for
The
what
thing
you.
about, the thing about Facebook though is that people are on Facebook. They're not on your custom platform. I know with
I
my,
agree. I agree.
Mighty
For
Network.
ads, yeah, but like, I mean, but the actual like community.
Yeah,
So
but people sign into Facebook.
Every day.
People really have to like your shit to sign into your community.
Well,
right?
with us, they have to show up to do it, right? So they are in the community no matter what. They are there every, like, if they are users, they are in the community every day.
Yeah, but I mean, like to actually go to a different site to actually go and interact with people.
Communicate. Yeah, I agree. That's yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
mean, one thing Clark did at the very beginning that got me to go to his website a lot easier was like, he's like, hey, right now bookmark this. Here, this is how you make a hyperlink for your phone to put it like as an app on your phone. So that was
yeah.
helpful.
Well, that's for me. Well, over to you, John.
So I'm sick of all of this. I'm done. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
You want to sell out
I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to make anything. I don't want to make anything that's sold. I don't want to buy anything.
You want to sell your business? You
I
want to sell
don't
your
know.
email list?
That's how I'm feeling this week. I'm just like, I don't want to do videos. I don't want to sell things via email marketing. I'm just,
What's been going on?
I don't know. I just tired of it. Just tired of it. I want to do something different.
What would you rather do?
I don't know. I spend more time outdoors and just like
Which
do
you
more
already
creative
do.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
the
do
New Year's
spend some
approaching.
time.
Maybe we should take some time off and just like think about it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna take some time off. Like after we finish this call today, I'm gonna take the rest of the day off. I'm gonna finish up like a few things emails I need to answer and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start taking an extra day a week off right now, just until I get my head screwed back on straight and figure things out and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I just been feeling like, and I don't know what it is. I think maybe some of it's just because I'm not seeing this much traction. I mean, when you're seeing traction and
Momentum.
growth, then you get, but it's more like I'm seeing downtrends now, and it's like just demotivating.
What
We
kind of
can't get
downtrends are you seeing?
I mean, I'm just not seeing as many organic sales coming in from the organic sales team. I mean, we did Black Friday, but it was like 20,
organic-
25K.
Organic doesn't scale, man. Like we've known this for a very long time now. So
yeah, but I mean, I'm just not saying, even if the steady rate we were getting was good, but I think we've used up most of our good organic.
Exactly. Organic dries up over time. Yeah, initially you'll see a surge, but that like slowly will decline because it's just like there's only so much reach and so many people that you're exposed to organically, and organic doesn't scale, man. So if that's the thing, I would highly recommend you come to the dark side and start doing more ads.
Well, that's the other thing that's frustrating me right now is it's like, shit, the paid ads, we have not made a sale. I spent a lot of money on this. We've got 3 sales guys that are too green, sales manager that's really like the sales manager had messaged me yesterday and he's like, yeah, I think you don't need me. You need a full-time salesperson, which I'm like, all right, yeah, that's probably what you need to do is just hire a full-time salesperson that actually has experience. So
here's my take on this. The ad system, the reason why it's not completely functional the way you want it is because you are not in it all, like from start to finish. What I mean by that is like if you took it upon yourself to figure it out, like what's the VSL going to be like, what's the phone call going to be like, and you actually took the first few phone calls and closed the first 5 sales or 10 sales, you would get everything figured out, and then you can hire people. You're kind of hiring people before you figured out the product market fit for that channel. That's the thing. Like I think we've had this conversation numerous times about the ads thing. For some reason, I don't think hiring people out too early in ads really works. Ad is a game where product market fit has to be figured out by you all over again. Like, yeah, you can do it with organic. It's like you've done it on one channel, you can do it on another channel. But the ads, you really need to get into it and really need to twist all the dials and like push all the dials and do all that stuff to really get the product market fit right. Once you do, then anyone can scale it. Then other people can come in and help you and scale it. But That part you got to do, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some truth to that. I think that, I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, we had, well, yeah, but we just don't have a good sales team that's running for ads, right? I feel like we can drive leads, which is fine, but those
imagine
things,
if you were the one taking phone calls and you were taking qualified calls.
yeah.
Yeah, you take like 20 calls and close 5 or 6 people, but you would know exactly what's going on. And because you have the whole funnel, now you have clarity as to what people are saying, why they're saying it, what's the reason why they're not buying. These salespeople, man, like they're coming in green, they have no idea like what the truth is. Yeah, you can review the sales calls and stuff, but you're trying to go too soon into the managerial role of a product market fit situation that hasn't been achieved yet.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Maybe what I'll end up doing is taking sales calls myself, for a while. Maybe I'll talk to Nick and see if we can.
You will sell the crap out of it because you have belief, and you'll handle all their situation. Like they will not trust this and that and all that stuff that they're going through right now, that your salespeople don't even know what to say or how to handle it. You will know exactly what happens. And then you will use all that material back into the VSL.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because right now it's all like disjointed pieces that are coming together because of your organic stuff, but it doesn't work like that with ads. You really need your cold messaging is not like, here's the thing. Your cold messaging is not on point.
Right.
Your warm messaging is okay, but your cold messaging is not on point. What it really means is that your messaging is not sharp enough yet.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So with warm, you'll get just because it's warm, but with cold, you really need your messaging very sharp to be profitable. But the good thing of this experiment or this endeavor is that if you figure out the cold, then warm gets much easier.
Warm will be easier. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah. And to figure out that sharpness of the messaging, you have to be involved.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You don't want to let other people take over the VSL and that's the core. That's the real, like, that's you all the way.
Yeah.
There has to be like you involved in that all the way will completely change this paradigm. I have no question about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
That's a lot of reluctant yes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, John's never been excited about the ads part of the equation. That's why I'm like, kind of like, dude, I know your thing, because John, you've hired so many different ad people over the last 4 or 5 years. That we've been. I've seen the whole thing, so I know.
I mean, we finally got a sellable product now that actually has a high enough ticket that it can work with ads, but I just need, like, I guess I really just need the salesperson. So I just need to become the salesperson for now, and then I can train the salesperson, or I can vet a salesperson. Even if I can't train one, I can talk to,
I think it's the messaging. It's not the salesperson yet.
Well, the thing is, we're getting the leads. We're getting leads.
You'll get the leads, but leads don't mean sales. Dude, people will book calls all day long just for shits and giggles. But it's all because of the persuasion that happened in that messaging.
Yeah.
That'll change your conversion numbers from 1% to 30%.
Yeah.
What was said before they even got on a sales call, right? So if that messaging in that VSL is not sharp, and then you have a salesperson who is also not, who's totally brand new, now you're like, shit, the numbers are totally off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I really, really, really believe that product market fit has to be achieved for ads as a separate thing. It cannot be the same thing as what you've done in organic. It just is not.
Yeah.
It does not work. There are nuances in it. Don't work. What worked in organic doesn't work on ads. It needs more clarity. It needs to be more incisive, sharper, whatever you want it to be. And it's not that hard for you to figure out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like you have all the stuff, and like the ad stuff is the easiest part, to be honest. Writing an ad is the easiest stuff, and doing the Facebook portal is the easy stuff. The real challenging stuff is figuring out the messaging on the VSL and the sales copy, the sales that happens later. So that messaging, the landing page copy and the VSL copy, that has to be so tight and in alignment with your ad that everything works.
Yeah.
That's where the product market fit is crucial. And that's why I keep saying the messaging, man. The messaging has to get sharp. It's not that you don't need a salesperson right now. You need your overall that thing to tighten from top to bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe what I need to do is work with Tim on giving him the messaging and then having him write it up in copy.
You
so
can write
that-
the you are the best copywriter there is for this business.
I don't think so, though. I think that Tim's copywriting skills are much superior to mine. I think conveying the idea that I'm like, the main idea of the angle is something I can do best. But then having him wordsmith it into the right persuasive copy is probably something he can do best.
Yeah, I mean, give it a shot. But I really believe you being involved with copy, like becoming really intimate with that messaging piece, and really like the organic stuff will work, man. Organic stuff has a different, that trust element is not required as much with organic. It changes the game completely. With cold, you need so much of that all of your messaging really has to be cleaned up for that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit without it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love how preaching, Manny. You're preaching.
No, we all know that stuff, right? But it's one of those. It's probably it is a lot of work, but it is so worth it because when you dial that in, it's just like so sharp.
And it's so like, I don't know if you're gonna get this, John, but like when you really know that to a T, it's like so rewarding too, because you get people saying that like, oh my God, like it's like you know me so well, blah blah, blah and everything, and
yeah. Here's the thing: right now, your messaging is very broad. I've watched your VSL, so I know it intimately. Your messaging is broad, and you're speaking to a pretty big segment of audience. When you're messaging, like when you're running ads, you're gonna have to kind of sharpen the messaging down to like these people, and they will resonate. They will come back to you and say, "Yeah, man, that's what Josh is saying." 100%. Like that's what I get these days. I did not get like 3 months ago. People would not say that to me, but nowadays they're like, "Dude, your webinar exactly what I'm going through. Exactly my pain right now." It makes so much sense what you said.
Yeah.
The gym analogy makes so much sense. The social
people saying like, "Did you put cameras in my house?" Blah, blah,
blah. Yeah. That's what you want. Like that's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
That's when they're like, "Oh shit! Like this guy gets it." Right? Because right now your messaging is so broad that it would take anyone, but in the process of taking anyone, it doesn't take anyone.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
right?
true.
But I still believe if you just went after the software developer crowd who's already making 6 figures, you would have a much sharper messaging, and like you don't have to call it out. But if you just think of that person that's 6K 100K software developer, and you wrote the copy for him, you'll attract a lot of the right kind of people that you can easily sell 5K to. Not like those tire kickers who will sell 5K and they'll be like complaining the whole time that, damn, this is so expensive.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I have an onboarding call right now. I gotta jump on with the client.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, you guys.
All right. Take care, Josh.
See you, man.
All right. Well,
yeah, man. It's come to the dark side.
Yeah.
It's not even the dark side. I think it's the light. It's the easiest side. Like when you were saying, I don't want to make content, I'm like, yeah, me too.
I think the problem though is that, well, with everything, I've had to leap before, not that I had to, but I kind of been pushed in the direction of leaping before I was ready, right? Even just before I started the Bulldog Mindset membership, it was, Marone who'd been like, oh, I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get this set up for you. And I was like, and then he's like, well, you don't even have to pay me. Like, let me just set it up and then you can pay me once I get it. And so I was like, all right, well, I mean, like, why say no to that? So that pushed forward. And then it was like, even with the, I was going to do the webinar stuff, but then that sales team approached me and I was like, oh, okay, which worked out. I mean, that worked out. But then the same thing with the ads was like, I wasn't quite ready for the ads yet. Still need to refine the messaging and stuff. And so we're kind of thrust into the ad thing. So I'm trying to make it work. But
I was rereading 0 to 100 million. Michael Masterson. It was going back to the same, like I was thinking about it for our business too, like the optimum selling strategy and how you as an entrepreneur have to become the ultimate marketer and salesperson for your optimum selling strategy, and figuring that one thing out all the way and really getting intimately involved with it. Yeah, I mean, I get your point, like jump before you're ready, and you did. the problem with any, I would much rather you jump when you're saying you jump before you're ready. You'd like put out ads even if you don't know if it's a good ad,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then you jump in and you get on the phone calls, and you, even if you don't know how to take a phone call, that is what I'm thinking when I'm thinking jump before you're ready, because now okay, I think we've had this conversation before. Organic and paid is totally different game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Totally different game. Sometimes you can actually have better results. Actually, a lot of times you'll have better results with cold than organic.
Right. Right.
Because with organic, they have come in for all sorts of reasons. They may not always have come for this reason that you're trying to sell them on. But with paid, the intent is clear initially, like that's what they're coming in for. So you actually have better results from that.
Yeah. 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 That's true.
It's like paid is a different game, and you just have to allow yourself to kind of go through that process, the 3-month process, 6-month process of figuring it out. If you want to join a mastermind, I have a couple of masterminds in the paid arena that are probably worth it.
Yeah.
For you to figure it out.
Well, I'm not quite ready for it yet. Let me think on these things and take a bit of a break, step back a little bit and come back fresh. So
yeah.
All right. Well,
cool, man.
All right. Talk to you next week.